I mean, I didn't realise what a strange romance it was between Charles and Diana. I mean, Josh, you've been already in it, so you knew the storyline was coming. Are you surprised at how odd the romance was?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I don't know about you, Emma, but I kind of went into it not knowing anything about anything. I mean, we sort of, ultimately, you know, in any of those kind of public marriages, there's always an account and someone's, you know, there's often bias because it's like Diana's friend thinks this and Charles's friend thinks that, and so you can never really get to the truth. And that's quite helpful because we are working in fiction.
Yeah, we kind of start from a blank slate, I guess, in some way.
And huge pressure on you in an odd way. It's OK, you've done it now. But I wouldn't have said this before you started. But just because of all the members of the royal family, because kind of Diana's frozen in time, we remember her differently than the others. Did you feel... I mean, you must have felt some of that pressure.
Yeah, like, a lot, an immense amount. And just because she's adored, you know, and also there's this kind of sense from everyone that almost like an ownership or like a... I guess she had a relatability, I suppose. You know, the people's princess, and people feel like they knew her in a different way. And so, yeah, I went into it with a huge, feeling of pressure. But hopefully it's fine.
Yeah, no, it is fine. Yeah. And obviously, you know, as actors, you're getting into kind of, you know, the emotional truth of the scenes and all those things. But equally, you've got to be like Charles and Diana. So what are the shortcuts to get into, say, Charles? What are the shortcuts?
Right.
Yeah. It goes to right.
Okay. Get ready.
Poke him with a stick. Spitting image, off we go.
OK. So there's a couple of things that I sort of... I mean, I didn't spend too long kind of dwelling on the little Charles things. But there was one thing I noticed, that every time he got out of a car, he'd do this thing... Still does it now. I saw something recently where anyway, he gets out of the car and he goes, cufflink. So he goes, checks the cufflink, checks his pocket square, and then waves. So every time he goes to a public event or anything, it's cufflink, pocket square.
I wonder if he's ever not had his pocket square and then it's completely floored him. He doesn't know how to
get
move.
back in the car.
Back in the car.
Sounds like a Nadal serve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Slightly less thin.
Yeah. Without the grunt when he waves. Yeah.
And he does speak in a very kind of... because it must have been hard not to just do an impression, because people do impressions of him.
I think so much about The Crown is sort of doing a bit of that sort of work. I don't know what you think, Emma, but I think it's kind of finding little things that make people feel safe in the knowledge that you're not just doing something random performance. But you feel like it is, you recognise something of Charles. So with Charles, for instance, he does a thing... He does a thing with his voice where he sort of, like, speaks. So everything's, like, through teeth.
Yes.
You know, yeah, and actually Emma's amazing at it. We have competitions who could do better Charles and Diana, and I'm rubbish at Diana, but she's very good at Charles.
What are the shortcuts for Diana?
Diana's, for her voice, is mainly that everything sort of goes down at the end. So her pattern of speech, so it's sort of like... Well, my word to get into her was always like, all right. All right. Yeah. That's just what I'd say before everything, all right. But then everything she says sort of always goes down at the end, so it's almost like even if she had the best time ever, it would always sound a little bit sad.
That is very good, isn't it?
You're good at it, though.
I used to spend most of my time trying to perfect my all right.
Do it.
Hang on.
You do it with a tilt, though, head tilt.
All right.